Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kukuh Andika. I'm from English Department, Riau University. Today, I would like to show you my journal summary. So, let's get started. Yeah, okay guys, so this is my journal summary with the title A Standalone but Not Lonely Language, Chinese Linguistic Environment and Education in Singapore Context by Huang Min and Chen Kangdi. The next part is abstract. Bilingual education policy in Singapore permits the students learn both English as working language and mother tongue, such as Chinese, a second language anchoring to culture heritage. And meanwhile, Singapore's success in bilingual education cannot hide its sound problems. The status of Chinese dialects, the competitive role of English, the rationale and practicality for provision bilingual users, the choice of teaching methodologies between first language and second language are all remaining open to further discussing and probing for language policy making and modification in the future. The next is definition of language policy. Language policy is an issue of considerable ethical, political, and legal importance in jurisdictions around the world. Firstly, language policy is such a matter for the whole society, and it is not just an individual linguistic autonomy issue. From national level, language policy cares more about the identity of a whole society and the benefit of the country, especially in a multilingual society. Secondly, from the pragmatic point of view, language policy should be useful for the human communication in social life. Human verbal communication is the basic human social activities for a normal person, and people's potentiality of learning different language can make the existence of multilingual users possible. Although the proficiency in this language may be various, there is no denying that if people can fluently communicate in the government official language, they will receive more convenient official service and public utilities and live a happier life. Thirdly, language policy should be in constant shift because of the change of linguistic environment. So language policy is a dynamic, situated, emergent, available thing that is continually changing moment by a moment and turn by turn. The next is linguistic environment at schools. Enormous interest and enthusiasm around the world towards the learning of Chinese language has been erupted because of Chinese growing prominence and economic prosperity. But tremendous difficulty of learning Chinese is also the truth for certainty. What makes Chinese such a tough language to master? There might be several reasons. And here are the sample of the table. As you can see, from the above table, we can discover that basic Chinese, Chinese B, and general academic Chinese attach importance to listening and speaking skills than reading and writing. Quick Chinese values listening, speaking, and reading than writing, while advanced Chinese have a regard for writing than reading, and then listening and speaking. For language skill proficiency, the syllabus makes a clear list of requirements for each course. So, for varying language learning and teaching, the significance of learners' interest is never overstated. It affects students' attitude and devotion toward varying language learning and ultimately determines the learning result. Many varying language research have testified that students tend to achieve better results with high interest of learning and fail the learning if there is no interest or low interest. For the sake of teaching efficiency, many related issues such as teaching suggestion, including teaching methods, teaching materials, teaching time allocation, The application of modern technology are provided in all syllabi. And then, social movement support. Chinese practical use cannot be achieved just in educational context by schools and classrooms. The learning of Mandarin in schools was thought to be hindered by the home use of other Chinese dialects such as Hokkien, Teochew, Cantonese, and Hakka in early period of time. There will be a Chinese slogan each year for certain target audience. For instance, in the year 1979, with the whole Chinese community as the target audience, the slogan is "Speak more Mandarin, speak less dialect." Like that. So, in conclusion, we have explored Chinese education in Singapore's bilingual education context, explained it and compared the similarities and difference between syllabi and various levels. However, there remain problems and issues for more and deeper consideration. Firstly, should the Chinese dialects such as Teochew, Hokkien, Cantonese be wiped out of linguistic repertoire completely? The Chinese education policy and Speak Mandarin campaign, which make Mandarin as the standard Chinese language learned and used in school and society, have made young generations of Mandarin speakers unable to communicate with their dialect-speaking grandparents. Secondly, although the Chinese education and Speak Mandarin campaign have increased the importance of Mandarin in society with the emphasis of English value in bilingual education, a significant number of Singaporeans have currently arisen to speak English at home rather than Mandarin. Thirdly, the earlier expectation that the majority of Chinese Singaporeans are capable of being highly proficient in both Mandarin as well as English is challenged. In fact, only a minority, estimated at appropriately 10% of the student population, is thought to be fully bilingual in English and the mother tongue, just a Singaporean scholar. And the last, fourthly, the definition of mother tongue such as Mandarin in Singapore is puzzling issue. Whether mother tongue are treated as first language or second language is still an issue discussed heatedly. This fuzzy definition will result in the uncertainty of teaching methodologies. First language and second language acquisition are two distinctive things after all. Yeah, okay. I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.